music.
Well,
Band of Horses, they're pretty good. Pretty mellow.
hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you. This is MattTv, and we are live tonight from the Red Roof Inn, second floor, room 214 in Boston, Massachusetts. I didn't think I was going to have time to get one. Mike Miller, you're the first guy in. How are you, my friend? We're going to have some fun here. Laura, how are you? 7 o'clock back on the Pacific Coast. Co-hosting here. Hello, Austin. Hey, Austin's in here.
Austin, what's up, my buddy? How you doing, man?
Austin is a faithful MattTv viewer, so welcome to the show.
Austin's a good guy. It's my homeboy, that guy right there, that kid.
We gotta.
Austin, where you at? Are you at JP's?
Hey, Wayne, what's going on, brother? So
You got room there?
I got
You got
lots of
room?
room. We gotta.
We got issues. We got issues with these.
I think someone just
Hey.
pledged it.
Where's that duct tape?
Yeah, hang on.
Get the duct tape. It's all good. We're doing cool things with the duct tape. We're gonna red green this phone. We're gonna red green this phone.
Yeah, I don't know where to put it.
Huh?
Put it here, maybe.
What are you doing? I thought you knew how to use tape better than that.
No, that's not gonna go anywhere now.
'Cause that's
Maybe turn that
that's,
off or
that's
something.
just on my phone.
That's all right. We're back here now.
Hey, there we go. Well,
So we are in we're in Boston, Massachusetts. Actually, we're in a suburb outside of Boston called the Woburn.
Woburn. I think they're related to the Wahlbergs. I'm not
Yes, they
exactly
very
sure.
well. Well, they're all from the Boston.
Distant
area.
cousins, maybe.
They're all from the Boston area. Anyway,
Yeah, wicked
for those of you that don't know, you can trust a lot of stuff from Wikipedia. For those of you that don't know, this is my big brother Jeff, and maybe you saw the video from earlier today. Getting into the motel, meeting up with family after waiting for 5 hours. It was quite.
That was a little shot at the rest of the family.
It was such a thrill to walk in the door and see my big brother Jeff here and Becky. So a great afternoon, a great conclusion to 4 days, 90 some hours on a Greyhound bus. And I got lots of great stories. Actually, the whole show is sponsored by Greyhound. I have so much material that we're going to touch base on tonight. We can go an hour, we can go as long as we want. It's my show. So we can do it. But Wayne Mason, I know you're in here. Laura, I know you're in here. Austin, I don't know if William, but Mike Miller, I know you all love doing the product plug. And the product plug
like they live
will
for
come
it.
up, yes.
They live for the product
I came up with they were my product plug people. They're my 3 Ps.
Yes, the 3 Ps. I saw that episode.
3 Ps. I think
when you named them the 3 Ps.
the 3 Ps, but I think Donica said P3. I was saying 3P, but she said P3, which made more sense. So thank you, Donica.
Yeah, that works.
Hey, Ton, how are you? So I just want to start the show off, and you can give your shout-outs as well. But I just want to give the shout-outs right now. It's something I do at the beginning of every show. So I want to say a big shout-out to all my family and friends. And we're all here in Boston. We're all getting ready to see my sister and
My little sister, his big
Jeff's,
sister.
yeah, we're all here to watch our sibling run. And I think it's the 121st Boston Marathon.
I think so. Yeah.
So that's why we're all here. Everyone made the
My
trek.
second, your first.
My first, yes. I haven't been in Boston in,
This
in
is
many,
Jill's.
many years.
Well, the first one she's running, obviously,
Yeah.
but I think she's come down to support our our other Woodstockonian, Randy Johnson, maybe a couple of times at least. I know Randy's run it, I think 3 times.
Yeah. Has he done it that many times?
I think so. And he's returning the favor because Randy and Angie and his kids are all here to show some support for Jill.
There is there's got to be 20, 25 people here, at least.
I think so. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, there's quite a large contingency of family and friends here to support Jill we were kind of talking about on the way down. And you came in from BC, obviously.
Mm.
Everybody else is
Kaya,
from...
and Kaya's
Kaya,
here.
yeah, Kaya's here. And obviously everybody from back home in Brunswick, and I've been living in South Florida. So we've kind of triangulated, North America. And we've infiltrated. It was kind of funny coming through the Holton border today because I got the impression that the guy had seen quite a few passports with the name Grant on it.
Yeah.
So it was neat, and he was just kind of like, "All right, see you later, have fun." So we're all here, gonna have great weather. It's it's an amazing time. I was here in 2014 to to support Randy, and the atmosphere, Matt, it's unbelievable. It's like imagine.
Don't forget, I was at the Olympics.
You were at the Olympics. So it's just like that, but it's non-stop because you've got 30,000 plus people that are running by you, and you're just constantly, motivating these people to keep going. Because where we stood in 2014 when Randy came by, we were at the 25-mile marker. So he's literally got like 1.2 miles left to go. And it's just an amazing thing.
I think that's where
one of the coolest things.
I think
we're going to try and get close to there. There's no way on God's green earth that Jill will not hear us.
Yeah. What do we have T-shirts? Don't we have?
I don't know.
We had.
I thought we were going shirts and skins. No.
Shirts and skins. Oh, that's a term I haven't heard since like elementary school.
Exactly. Yeah. Old school.
Yeah.
No, there's just I think we're probably going to try and get in that same location so that Jill will know
where
Dale. We are.
Yeah.
But
I have to say I've been counting this day down for like 70 days, and there's not a time that goes by that when I was thinking of just being here and just visualizing seeing Jill running past, I can't imagine what is going through her mind right now.
I know.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Jill. I'm so proud of her.
All pretty pumped. All really proud, obviously. Yeah.
To share this once in a lifetime. I mean, she could very well run the Boston Marathon the next year and the year after that, but this is her first time.
Yeah.
So we all wanted to be here for the first time, and Mike, I don't know if you're watching, but we really miss you. I know you've missed two huge events.
Yes.
We know that you've missed 2 huge events, and I'm going to try and get Jill on here tomorrow night. We'll do another MattTv tomorrow night.
I told her that. She was like, I know.
Well, yeah, I just even if she came down and just sat here and just said hello, and we will take care of the rest.
See, what you guys have to understand is, like, Matt and I are a lot alike in the sense that we're people. Like we just love
We're a couple
people.
Of chatty Cathys.
Yeah, we're a couple of chatty Cathys, and Jill and Mike are, they're very personable. Obviously, they're very approachable, and everybody.
You're right. They're
everybody
pretty much
loves
the complete
them.
opposite.
Yeah, they are pretty much a complete opposite. Yeah. They like to, kind of stay in the background, behind the scenes, and they're the kind of the shy, quiet types. And Matt and I are.
I think it's probably fair to say that Jeff and I get our blah 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 from Dad, and the quietness comes from Mom.
Yeah. Like me, Dad, and Matt, pretty much when we go to any kind of function, doesn't matter where it is, we pretty much have to start saying goodbye when we get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's an automatic guarantee that when we start to say goodbye, that's like. And it's going to be at least another 2 hours.
It takes us a long time to get to the event, especially Dad, and it takes even longer to get away.
He was hoofing her today, though.
Was he?
Yeah, he tramped her down a couple of times. I heard all horses screaming under that.
So you mean he could have shaved a half hour up to the 5-hour delay? I know that was the when Mom told me, because my arrival schedule into Boston was set because I came in on a Greyhound bus, and I was here at 20 to 11 this morning. So when Mom told me that they were leaving at 9, I'm like, I did the math, and I'm like, okay, 9 Atlantic, that's 8 o'clock here. So it was almost 5 o'clock before family came and picked us up, but that's okay. It was a beautiful day in Boston. They're talking like in the low 80s tomorrow for temperature, overcast and a bit cooler on race day, but that's okay.
Perfect.
So a big shout out to all the family and friends that are here. We'll have Jill on here tomorrow night, so if you have anything that you want to, any encouraging words, any sentiments that you want to send Jill's way, you can do that tomorrow night, and that will be cool. Sean Slipper having a birthday today, so a big shout out to Sean Slipper. I was actually stunned to learn that he was still living in that same neighborhood.
Long-time friend, still living in the same house on Wentworth Street? Wentworth Street,
yes.
On the Slip subdivision.
I wonder how does Sean Slip and Arthur Slip, how do they address each other when they see each other in the street? Slipper! At the same time, they slap each other and back, you owe me a Coke.
I know. I get really mad because they get into an argument as to who had that name first. But you'd almost have to go with the teacher, considering he's older.
Yeah, I guess I would lean that way too.
Slipper. But Either way, both great guys.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Another shout out to Dude and Crawdaddy, another excellent pirate radio. There's nothing better on a Saturday night than hearing two of your friends have so much fun on radio and just playing unbelievable music. I'm totally hooked on pirate radio, and I know now that when Dude and Crawdaddy talk, quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, he learned that tonight. So for you, Dude, and Crawford, when we're listening to music, obviously because we love pirate radio, but when as soon as the music stopped and the voices kicked in, crickets in here, crickets.
Crickets.
It's crickets.
I'm just trying to. Someone is sending me a friend request, so I'm going to confirm just so you can check out the show.
Oh,
I know. Jeff sent out a bunch of messages to his friends. If you want to see MattTv on a regular basis, just send me a friend request. I'll confirm, and you can watch whenever you want, or not watch.
Which I highly recommend. And if you don't watch it live, watch it the next day. It's phenomenal. It's gotten to the point that Matt and I were talking about it tonight. And
how do I scroll down on this thing?
Scroll down, 2 fingers, buddy. There you go. Just trying to get used to the iMac.
What now?
2 fingers. There you go. No. Just clicking to reload the page. Oh, geez, what are you doing? No, just 2 fingers. Like, see these fingers? These fingers.
Do you have to use those 2?
You don't have to, but it's that's.
Well, now I can't see now.
There you go. 2 fingers. There you go.
I just want to be able to read the comments. Mike Miller, yes, we will give a big shout out to Jill.
Yeah.
William, glad you're in here. We got a product plug coming up. I'm not going to forget the product plug. Come on. Hey, Val, how are you? Also want to give a shout out to a couple of friends, acquaintances. I guess I can call them friends. I met them in Salt Lake City. A couple of guys from Alabama, Andy and Steven. If you're watching live now, if you're watching it later, you two, you left an impression with me. For one of the reasons, I don't really know a lot of people from Alabama. And it was, and the reason I found them so intriguing, they had just had taken a trucking course.
Okay.
So they had learned how to drive transport in 5 days. That's a bit scary. So
crash course, I might say.
Literally.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
But
I saw the interview. They seemed like pretty decent kids.
Yeah, you know what? When I knew I was coming out here, I came up with 44 trivia questions. Some American trivia because Canada's having its 150th birthday, and I was really I really wanted to gauge what the American people were thinking with President Donald Trump nearing his 100 days in office. And Andy and Steven were both supporters of Donald Trump. I mean, everyone's got their own opinion, and everyone has the right to vote, and they were totally behind Donald Trump, and we're pretty happy with what he was doing right now.
I feel like I'm
sinking. Also, I want to say a shout out to all the Greyhound bus drivers. I really appreciate you getting us from point A to point B. We probably had half a dozen bus drivers, and some of them were way more talkative than others.
Yeah.
The first guy, I don't know if you saw my first post, our first bus driver that we had when we left Vancouver. Anyone that is familiar with the comedy of Stephen Wright and how dry he is in his delivery, I'm pretty sure the bus driver was related. Could have been his brother because it was the same delivery, the same dryness. But that's what I think the guy's name was Dan.
Timing was impeccable.
It was. So a big shout out to all the Greyhound bus drivers. Ooh, all right. Here we are at, what time is it?
We're at 10:14.
10:14. Okay. I don't know how long we're going to go. We're going to go as long as we want here. So I just want to... I made a lot of notes. Coming across.
He made a lot of notes.
Yeah, I got like 4 pages of notes.
Yes, we need a 5-6 hour show for him to touch on everything.
But I just want to touch on a few things. Stephen Wright is hilarious, and the bus driver wasn't as funny, but he was still pretty funny. The main thing, if you're ever taking Greyhound, if you ever take a Greyhound bus, there's only 2 things that you need to know. Smoking on the bus or in the bathroom, that just gets you kicked off the bus. And another thing, you can't have any alcohol. Yes, that's common sense. But the bus drivers, they have no problem leaving you behind. There was a guy the guy missed his bus in, I think we were in St. Louis. We made so many bus stops, but this individual was outside having a smoke, and you can't hear the bus announcements in this area. And when he came back in, his bus was gone.
Oh.
So that was a really expensive smoke.
That's brutal.
Because he had to buy another ticket.
That's brutal.
If you're like the Greyhound bus, if they say they're leaving at 10:55, if you're not on the bus at 10:55, Bye. Off
Yeah,
they go.
that's
So,
classic case of I used to work with this guy, and he'd say to be, how do you put it? To be on time is to be early. To be on, I'll come back.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You met Danny.
Yeah,
The guy I used to work with.
Yes.
Yeah, to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I could never really follow that guy.
I would rather be.
Maybe I should have wrote that down.
It's probably one of the few wise things he said.
there really weren't many in the 4.5 years that I knew him, but still funny just the same.
But the most common smell, anyone who's ever been to JR's in Woodstock, that's what Greyhound smells like. It smells like the area's #1 night spot on wheels.
And work boots must be laced up at all times.
Yes.
My favorite rule for JRs ever: work boots must be laced up at all times. Because nobody likes to be tripping over the dance floor when their work boots aren't laced up. That's
here's something. Here, I'll throw this out to you, Jeff. Have you ever done? You've never done Greyhound before, have you? Anyone out there that's ever taken a long ride? Anyone who's ever taken a long ride? What's the worst food that you could possibly eat beforehand or bring onto the bus? Because when we were in Seattle, we were standing in line, and this girl who must have been 30 feet away from me, when she opened up her tuna, I knew she was having tuna, and so did everyone else in the depot. Yes.
That's a bad idea.
I mean, tuna is not the...
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, you don't want to, Mexican food, anything that's going to make your stomach upset, not the best thing to eat before you head on a Greyhound
I
bus.
think the longest bus ride, honestly, that I've ever been on was back in 1984, 85. Randy Johnson and I, and Kevin Watson, and Corey Sapir we biked
There's a name I haven't heard
on
of.
10 speeds to Fredericton. We left Woodstock at 3:15 in the morning. We got down to Fredericton at 9:30, and we ended up taking the bus. And I don't know, would it SMT maybe? Does that sound
SMT,
right? Okay,
yeah,
so we took the SMT bus.
SMT, yeah.
From Fredericton to Chipman. And Randy and I ended up breakdancing for what was her name? I want to say Joan King. She was a singer, local talent from Woodstock, or not from Woodstock, but from New Brunswick somewhere. Who? I want to say Joan King, but I don't think that was her name. Randy would know.
That name sounds familiar. Was she a country singer or something like that?
Yeah, Randy might remember. Anyway, Randy and I, normally, if anybody remembers, 30-some years ago, there was usually 4 of us. Well, there wasn't. There was usually 4 of us that would do like a 5 or 6 minute routine. Well, there was only Randy and I for a 5 or 6 minute routine. So by the time Randy and I were done, we pretty much crawled out of the rink.
That was a new move.
But it was fun because there was I think 2,000 people in the crowd.
Wow.
And this lady said, "I want you to open up the show for us," and we were like, "Okay, cool."
Randy in here tonight was he was busting some smooth moves.
Randy still got it, man.
Oh, he just glides.
Yeah,
he just glides.
He was always our glider.
Yeah. I'm just so I put this out there. The worst food. What's the worst food you could eat before getting on a bus or in a confined space?
I think tuna wins right off the bat.
We got beans, egg salad sandwich, and Indian food.
Yeah.
Sarah, just a quick story.
Still giving it to tuna.
I was telling this earlier. My story about egg salad sandwiches. Back years and years and years ago, my brother Mike purposely pushed me down a snowbank, and I got a nail in my back. And on the way home, the hardest part was walking into the house with a puncture wound in my back and the smell of Mom's egg salad sandwiches. Just the wound and the smell, and Mom crying. Those 3. It was just not good. And then, come on in.
Oh, we've got company. Oh, somebody. All right.
Oh,
Forget it. So somebody's knocking on the door. We're our live studio right now is room. What are we?
214.
214 in the Red Roof Inn.
Yep. In Woburn, Massachusetts.
Woburn, Massachusetts. Speaking of the glider,
come on here.
We got our buddy Randy Johnson here.
Man.
Come sit down, Randy.
I'd like to talk to him a little bit about the Boston Marathon. Anyway, this is Randy Johnson. He's joining MattTv Live.
Randy
on
has
Facebook
been one of my best friends since 1984. That's going back a long, long ways. But Randy
We're just talking about your smooth moves, man.
We're
You
talking
want
about
us to
your
move the
smooth
chairs?
Yeah, we can, this thing is mobile, man. We can pick this thing up. And,
If we move a bed, we'll get him to do the windmill.
Yeah, no, I'm the windmill guy. Anyway, we were talking about, obviously the Boston Marathon because we're here to support Jill. How many times have you ran the marathon yourself?
Last 4 years in a row.
The last 4 years. Okay, I was wrong.
And you couldn't do it this year.
I said, sorry. You missed this year by how much?
I didn't know that.
Oh, 20 minutes.
Yeah. See, I was unaware. I guess I just assumed because I'm not a long distance runner, that when you ran any sort of sanctioned race to qualify for something like the Boston Marathon, New York Marathon, or whatever, I figured if you qualified at a certain time for a certain age range, whether it was 3 hours and 45 minutes or whatever the case may be, you were in. But apparently there are so many runners, right, and so only so many spots available that you could be beat out by 5 seconds
easily. If
somebody has a better time, like you're, the last 4 years, you were in the 45 to 50 range.
Yeah, I had to have a 3:25.
So you had to have a 3:25. So if somebody had a second better than you, and you ran an exact 3:25, you could get bumped and somebody else could get in.
Easily.
Yeah, okay. So that's how it works.
Last year you had to be 2 minutes and 20 seconds below your qualifying time.
Yeah.
I'm still stunned that you've done it 4 times.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I knew you were here when the bombing happened, and you were telling us that story earlier tonight. That's just an amazing story in itself. Well, we all know what happened there, but the fact that you've done it 4 times, that's amazing. I have a hard time running up a flight of stairs.
Yeah. I had a hard time running across the parking lot at the gas station today.
So we're really stoked. I mean, like we have so many. I got aunts and uncles here. Cousins, nieces and nephews.
25, 26?
Yeah, there's a bunch of us here. So we'll be joining thousands and thousands of other people on Monday. I think Jill starts her race at like 10:45.
Yes, for anybody that's paying attention, wants to follow Jill along, I will post a link on my page. I know my mom has. I'll have Matt do it too, but it's basically spectator information, blah blah blah. Jill's bib number, I believe, is 21,425.
Well, Jill's in here right now. Jill, what's your bib number?
We'll confirm that. Yeah, we'll have Jill confirm it. But I've watched Randy when I was in Florida. I think it was last year. I watched Randy, or a couple of years ago, run the race, and it's pretty neat because you can watch live basically, and it's got like this little animated runner, and he's like running across the screen.
So you can
you can track whomever you want to. You can put in the bib number. If you want to search a runner, you can put their bib number in if you know what it is, or you can put in Jill Dunnett from Woodstock. It'll bring it up, and like you can track them right from there. So it's pretty neat. It's so tightened up and buttoned down that you'll be able to keep track of Jill, no problem.
So
whatsoever.
even people at home.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. You can go online and like I said, if you've got Jill's bib number, or put in Jill Dunnett from Woodstock.
Jill's going to check her own bib number.
You're literally off to the races. I think it's 21,425, sis.
And if you want to, you can live stream the finish line too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Live stream the finish line.
Yeah, whatever information that we have that we can pass along so that you can enjoy the experience of watching Jill Dunnett run in the 121st Boston Marathon, we'll definitely put it up because I don't know of any other people from Woodstock that are running in the Boston Marathon this year.
No. There's not from Woodstock, but I think there was like 100 people from Nova Scotia. It was a pretty.
I'm not sure.
Mom said that she read it somewhere. Anyway,
I'm not
exactly sure.
Mom just put up Jill's bib number 21475.
Boom! I was right. See,
21475. Cool. Now you know. Yeah, Jill's confirming it. Good stuff. Yeah. Okay, glad to have Randy here, and I know there are cousins, friends, and family on this floor. And we're, if you want to pop up into room 214.
They don't want to be anywhere near us any more than they have to.
Jill is saying there's 62 people from New Brunswick running.
Okay, 62.
Illinois, Nick, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, 62.
Okay, I just want to quickly change topics.
Do me a favor, brother.
Does anyone here know what an AED is?
Thanks, man.
Does anyone with any medical? 26 women from New Brunswick. Cool. Hey, Nick. This is my brother Jeff.
Nick, what's up?
And this is our friend Randy. and he's done the Boston Marathon the last 4 years. He's here to watch this year, but we're glad to have Randy on MattTv tonight.
Well, he runs with Jill a lot too, so he's,
you're gonna go run tomorrow, aren't you?
He's almost you could almost consider him one of Jill's personal trainers.
How many miles tomorrow do you think you'll do?
3.
3 miles tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Jill said.
I don't want to run too much because it's too hard on your legs.
Well, I think she said last week she did a 12-mile, and that was going to be her last long-distance run.
We ran that last Sunday.
So yeah, we're going to put some information here so you can follow along at home and just set aside Monday. Just put out some good vibes for not just Jill, but for the general public in the Boston area. I know security is going to be tight,
Yeah.
and we're all going to this event in the mindset that we are going to be safe and sound. We're all going to come back, and on Tuesday we're all going to go our separate ways. So I think collectively, if we put it out there that nothing's going to go wrong, then nothing's going to go wrong. Okay. But getting back to the AED, does anyone know what an AED is? Anyone with a medical background? AED is a automated external defibrillator.
Yeah.
You know where I saw one of those? It was hanging next to the Greyhound bus driver, because I think they get their drivers from elderly homes. Just in case. Seriously.
Not sure if that's a good sign or
there
not.
There were a couple bus drivers who I'm pretty sure were pushing like late 70s.
Wow.
So I thought to myself, if I see one of them slumped over the wheel and we can't keep it in between the white lines.
That 86-year-old man you were telling me about, he may have just retired last year.
Yeah, man. There was you meet so many interesting people on the Greyhound bus, and there was an elderly gentleman. And when I say elderly, this guy was like in his late 80s. He wore a headband the whole time, but he got on the bus in Salt Lake City. He didn't get off until this morning in New York, but he was very paranoid, I guess is a good word to use, because he thought Greyhound was out to screw him over. And at one time, he thought Greyhound was going to screw us all over, and we were going to have to piggyback everyone to wherever we wanted to go. So I know this guy, the guy ended up getting off the bus in New York, and then he was taking a train. I know he was looking forward to seeing his family, so I didn't get the guy's name. I didn't really have a conversation with him.
More importantly,
but I know what he looks like.
Did you give him a pin?
I didn't give. I only gave 2 pins away. I gave 2 pins. I gave a pin to Andy, and I gave one to Stephen.
Steve and Andy.
But keeping with some of the strange individuals, the different personalities, the different energies that you see on a bus. There was one individual, some guy got on the bus in Seattle, and he didn't say anything to anyone. He didn't really communicate. And at one point he wanted to sit next to Kaya on the bus, so I made sure that didn't happen. And he was just a really odd duck. But I'll never forget, I finally, after spending literally hours and hours with the guys, and even a couple days on the bus, we were in the washroom, and we were standing at the urinal, which is a great time to have a conversation with another guy, as long as you're looking straight ahead. And I said to him, "So friend, where are your travels taking you?" And he looked at me, pointed at the urinal, and went, So his destination was that specific urinal. So he got there safe and sound, and he ended up getting off the bus in St. Louis or something. But a strange cat. Didn't get his name. Even if I had asked, he probably would. I think his name was.
How do you spell that?
But anyone who's ever been on a Greyhound bus or in an elevated vehicle, you can't, when you pass people, you can't help but notice what's going on in the vehicles below you. And I'm pretty sure that texting while driving, talking on your phone while driving, is that not illegal?
Oh, wait,
I
didn't know you went through Florida. Oh. You went through the state of Florida.
There were so many people in the States. I know it's everywhere, but so many people, especially passengers. And if I was a driver, and this is just me, if I was driving with a friend and it's just the two of us and we're driving through Kansas or Wyoming, you get a long stretch of nothing. If I'm driving along and my passenger is on his phone having a conversation with someone else, what does that tell me? And then he's on the phone, the driver's on the phone. It just must be a stimulating conversation.
Yeah. Well, we as we passed Portsmouth maybe today, there was we're coming down 95, and
hey, Ernie.
There was a young girl that was coming, down the on-ramp, and she was right beside us. Not a clue. She had no clue that she was beside us because she was on her phone.
Yeah.
She's looking down at her phone and steering, coming on down the highway. It's just like, that's perfect. But, I think a lot of these young kids, and, I think most, maybe human beings in general, think it can't happen to me.
Oh, yeah. I'm just reading comments here, and everyone's going off about the AED. Yeah, I know what an AED is. There was not an AED at the front of the Greyhound bus. I was just being funny. You people took me seriously. That's a Matt fact. Matt fact.
Hey, our little brother's on there. Hey,
yeah,
Mikey.
A Matt fact is the truth and my input blended together.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to decipher where...
It's fake Matt news.
It is. It's really hard to decipher the truth sometimes. Okay, I want to get... I know everyone really likes this segment of the show. I'm going to give you my product plug for the night.
It matches Randy's shirt.
Yeah. He's my green screen. You might not be able to see it. But this is my product plug for the night. All I do is I just hold up the product, and people just take guesses to what it is. I know Sarah's in here. Sarah, you are amazing. Sometimes you just get it without even really...
Wayne's probably going to get it and not even look.
Wayne Mason? I don't know if Wayne Mason's in here. But this is my product plug for the night. I just picked this up a while ago just because no one's going to get this. So I can hold this right here for as long as I want. I can't show you the front, obviously. So does anyone have any idea what this is? And tell me soon, because I'm kind of hungry.
Give Randy a chance to speak. Randy, got anything to say? You obviously missed the interview with Randy, Mike. He wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
we almost had to have security throw him out.
Yeah.
Mike knows me too well for that.
He's gonna end the show doing some breakdancing.
Yeah. We're all gonna spin on our heads here.
Mike, are you working, Mike, or are you home? I think you're back in the field. Yes.
I think it was Fly Day the other day. Yeah, so he might be back out there. Let's see what he says. We're all waiting patiently. See what Mike brings.
So what's everyone doing on this Easter long weekend? Today was Good Friday. This is still Friday, yes?
Still
Yeah,
Friday.
still Friday. We got
Green
an hour and
tea.
a half
Oh,
left.
we got green tea chews. Amanda's down the hallway.
Yeah.
Easter egg. Nope.
Yeah, Mike is working.
Mike's
yeah.
back.
No, it is an Easter egg.
Mike, we were just to get back. We were.
You're right.
Oh,
Amanda.
there it is. Is it an Easter egg? It's
Yeah.
a Snickers Easter egg.
It's a Snickers egg. It's half an egg.
Was she? Did she see
Lazy.
you buying it? Because she was in Uno's across from the grocery store.
No, it's a Snickers egg. I didn't even know Snickers made eggs. Let's have a look, see what it is. I'm just thankful that it's not that toxic waste candy. Well, anyway, that's what that is. I'll probably pass on that. That'll be breakfast.
Yeah.
So
Mike.
who got
So
that? Who
Mike,
got
we
that?
were talking. I don't know who did say that.
Wayne Mason said a Snickers egg.
Man. Well, Mike, you missed where we were talking to Randy because we were talking about the Boston Marathon, obviously, being here to support Jill, and Randy has run the Boston Marathon the last 4 years in a row, so we were getting a little insight. What we didn't ask you, though, is, and Matt brought it up earlier, is, I know what it's like as a spectator. What was it like for you? Like, what is Jill going to experience
Yeah, that's a good
running
question.
by her friends and family, standing there, cheering our butts off when you come by? Because, first of all, how did you find us? How did you hear us? How did you see us? And what was it like running by and just like slap, high fives in slow mo? By the way, Zach took a great video that year. What was that like for you? Like what?
Yes.
That was the year you remember I was telling you I had the blister.
Yeah.
I struggled for 5 miles with a blister on the foot the size of 4 inches long.
Holy cow.
But when I saw you guys, remember you talking to me the next day, said, you look so fresh.
Yeah.
I said, I never until I saw you guys.
Yeah.
But when
So
you see
it was a
right
bit of
when you're
a
running,
motivation, eh?
It's like now when I talk to you guys, you just get the chills.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden you forget about everything.
Yeah.
And you just go.
Because at that point, like where we were standing, we were at about the 25-mile
25
marker.
miles.
So in your mind, you've got a mile, 0.2 to go, and you're done, right?
That's right.
But you had a massive blister.
Which I got at mile 13 that come on.
Yeah.
So I still got 13 miles to go. And my
Blister was
foot-
like, help!
yeah,
Yeah, I'm coming along for the rest of the run.
yeah, basically it was from the ball of my foot to my heel. It split wide open, so I ran the last 13 miles like that.
You know what you can't outrun? A blister.
Yeah.
No, you can't. This thing's
It's very Kurt Schilling-esque.
So anyway, so when Jill comes by and there's 25, 26 of us standing there like screaming her name, it's gonna be pretty epic, eh?
I'm gonna be in tears.
I don't think I honestly
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get emotional about it right now, but it's gonna be crazy. Like
Yeah.
I don't think
But I know what
we're
you're
probably gonna
saying.
need towels. They won't be. They're not gonna be terrible towels. They're not gonna be towels from a hockey game. They're gonna be like every Grant and family and friend when she comes by is gonna be like,
Yeah.
or either that or all gonna be wearing really snotty shirts.
We'll miss the whole thing.
What?
She went by.
Everybody, did anybody get that on video?
Yeah, it's Monday is
But
just
it's-
going to.
We're
It's
so proud of
It's
Jill.
Emily's voice is how I found you guys.
Are you serious? Way to go, Emily. Way to go.
3 years ago, did Jill ever tell you about them being at the bar?
No.
Anyway, they were tracking me at the bar and they lost track of time. They come out literally 15 seconds before I went by, and all I could hear was Emily's voice. That's like, there, I picked them all with crap.
No way. Well,
I don't know what it is with it either. I can pick
I
their voice
might
up.
have maybe self-proclaimed, self-professed the loudest whistle, and I will be letting it rip.
Well, yeah, you and
Jill
Mike
is coming
both.
along.
You and Mike both.
Yeah,
can
me and
whistle.
Mike could probably break some eardrums.
Yeah.
I was
if he
actually
was with me.
waiting for that year.
Yeah. Well, I think I had a camera in my hand, so somebody's gonna have to get the slow mo of Joe coming by because I'm gonna need 4 fingers ripping people's
But for
eardrums
that,
apart.
probably 200, 400 meters when I saw you guys, it's like I never even started running. Like I was just,
Yeah.
I was fresh.
You could tell. You really could tell because when Randy came by and he saw all of his friends and family standing there waiting for him, he came down through the line and it was like a different Randy. You could just tell. Like I can even see it on the video.
Forrest, run!
I get that all the time in Woodstock.
Yeah, exactly.
I do too.
I just beep and wave, Randy. I'm not gonna holler at you out the window.
Yeah, tomorrow is. It's funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was telling back home in White Rock. I was telling my neighbor, and the guy, he's my neighbor, but I don't see him very often. And about 3 weeks ago, we have a fence that divides the house. So we were talking about what he's up to and what I'm up to, and I was telling him that I was getting ready to come to Boston to watch my sister run in the Boston Marathon. And he was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I told him that I was going by Greyhound bus, and he couldn't stop laughing. And the laughter increased when I told him that Kai was coming.
There we are, and we're back.
We're back.
What was that commercial timeout brought to you by?
Yeah, Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers.
Greyhound. There was a couple other things. Oh, I have to share this story. Everyone knows we were talking about Jeff and I being a couple of chatty Cathys, and everyone has heard that expression before. Yes, chatty Cathys.
Absolutely.
Well, when we were in Salt Lake City, this man and woman get on the bus. They didn't know each other, but they struck up a conversation in the Greyhound Depot in Salt Lake City, and then get on the bus. And they ended up sitting next to each other, like across the aisle. And they talked very loudly and excessively for 3 hours. I can't even kid you. These two people talked for 3 hours straight. I thought she was doing an interview. I seriously thought she was taking notes.
Were either of them related to us?
Yeah. Are you a Grant?
Do you know?
Are you a Grant? But they tell you, the bus drivers will tell you, there are 50 people on a Greyhound bus. And no one likes to hear other people's conversations on the phone. No one wants to hear two people having really loud conversations. So after 3 hours, there was a young couple sitting in front of these two people who were yapping. And I was in the same area. And I didn't say anything because they were just, whatever. They talked for 3 hours quite loudly. But when we made the next stop, this one girl made a complaint to the bus driver. And she must have said something along the lines of, "Look, there's people at the back of the bus and they just have been talking for 3 hours straight. Can you say something just to remind people to, just keep the conversation in between, the one or two people?" So we get back on the bus, and the bus driver, we get back out on the road, and the bus driver grabs his microphone and he's like, "I just want to make mention again about, if you're having a conversation with someone, just to keep the tone down. Not everyone needs to hear it. I don't know, I had a lady address a problem at the back of the bus with some loud talking, and the two people that were talking loud knew that the bus driver was talking about them. But the funny thing was, when the bus driver made the announcement, the girl who had ratted him out leaned over the back seat and looked at the both of them. It was me! So she has no idea. When you snitch on someone, she had no idea. Like, the concept of snitching, she just...
Yeah.
She couldn't grasp
She's a great secret keeper.
Yeah.
She must be fun at Christmas.
The way she said it was reminded me of the movie Liar Liar, when Jim Carrey stepped into the elevator when he farted and he turned around. It was me.
It was me.
But like I said, you meet all kinds of interesting people. We met a guy in Seattle. He was a comedian in Mississippi. He was actually getting on a completely separate bus in Seattle, heading to Mississippi. And I thought, I'm never going to see this guy again. His comedian name was Pimp Monk, Pimpmonk. So you see this guy in Seattle, and you think you're never going to see him again. And I saw him like 2 days later at the Greyhound Depot in St. Louis. Oh, Kansas City, I guess it was, Kansas City. I've been in so many cities and so many states in the last 4 days. It really just blends together.
It's blurred.
Yeah,
it's blurry.
Denver was nice. Salt Lake City was nice. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. For me, the really cool thing is going into these cities is seeing all the sports venues. You know, you go into Pittsburgh, where the Steelers play and the Pirates play is right there on the Ohio River. Yeah. The stop in Indianapolis was across the street from Lucas Oil Field. This is where the Colts play. Denver, drove by where the Colorado Rockies play baseball. Nice. I didn't even know they still had a baseball team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I love going into the big cities. But taking 4 days to get there, after 4 days, it's really hard to cloak the smell. And I wrote this down. Because after 4 days, the bus smells like toilet, Subway, McDonald's rolled into one nauseous rectangular sheeple carrier on wheels. Yeah, it gets so bad.
I think that one of the funniest things that Matt said today, I mean, there have been
you can taste it.
A ton of them. But after he finally, came out and was drying off, he was soaking wet, and he was like, "Man, that shower felt awesome, but I think the water repelled off me for like 5 minutes." It was kind of.
I was a little bit slick, a little oily, a little greasy.
You had a protective coating.
I did. He's like, that's got a shine to him. Look at him, he's shining.
It's an eggshell sheen. No, I'm pretty sure it's a satin.
Oh, good stuff.
It's gross, is what it was.
Yeah.
It sounds gross.
But my feet were in my Doc Martens for 4 days. So my feet. Have you ever had your feet give you the finger? Well, mine did. When I took my boot off and looked at my foot, I think my foot's giving me the toe.
I think I saw them walking up the hallway a couple of minutes ago by themselves.
My foot gave me the toe.
They just want out of here.
What time we got here?
Oh, we got 10:44. My math tells me we've got 16 minutes.
Yeah, we have been...
And I suck at math.
Rambling on. I know there's quite a few people listening in here. I'm just wondering how everyone's long Easter weekend is going. What are your plans? Are you getting together with family, having dinner? I certainly hope so. Oh, I just want to give another shout out. I found out yesterday or today that my wife's niece is expecting their first child. So a lot of excitement back on the West Coast in White Rock.
Cool.
Jade and Andrew, they are expecting their first child. I think she is 2 months along. So yeah, that's great news.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to getting back to seeing that. So it'll be another addition to the family, and I know Kai is looking forward to that. She just loves Kaylee's kids. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting back home. But we're in the moment now, and we're all totally stoked to go into the city tomorrow.
Definitely.
And of course, the 121st Boston Marathon on Monday, which is just going to be. I would have traveled. I would have traveled 2 weeks on a bus just to catch a glimpse of Jill running in this marathon.
Yeah, it's I don't really think, as much as we talk and love to talk, it's hard to put into words, like, really. It's I don't know, it's kind of surreal. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's really hard to get into, for one.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an honored, thing. And I didn't even, I didn't realize, but we have another cousin, Alan Keys. Our cousin Carol, who has participated in 3 Olympics, in the luge competition. Alan, I believe, would be her brother, one of our cousins. Anyway, he has also run the Boston Marathon. I don't know what year it was, but he has participated in the Boston Marathon.
Oh, wow.
So now we have 2 family members, and just one of them happens to be our cool sister. So
Cool. And a family friend here,
and,
too.
and
So.
a long
Hello,
time,
Nick.
you know, one of my best buddies.
It took me over 2 years to qualify.
Yeah.
I tried 2 years in a row and never did it.
So also, when you qualify, you have what, 2 years to use it? Is that how it goes?
If you qualify in the fall.
Okay,
You have 2 years.
because my understanding is Jill qualified.
Hi, Nick.
Unbeknownst to her, Jill literally, this is a cool story. Jill did not know, and Matt can, follow this up with her if he actually gets her on camera. When she crossed the finish line at the Boston Marathon, the Bar Harbor Marathon in, was it? In Bar Harbor, right? But what do they call it? The
MDI.
MDI, right. When she didn't, that was Rhode Island. She did not realize until she looked up and saw her time. She knew, because we've talked about it, she kind of had a feeling, right, that she was on pace, but it wasn't until she got across the finish line, and thankfully Emily was videotaping it.
Yeah.
And it is, that video brings me to tears, because just watching that video, it's, so I cannot imagine what it's going to be like on Monday watching our sister run by. I just can't say enough about it. We're just so thrilled for her. Like, we really are.
I'll tell you how hard it is. I ran it the year of the bombing. I ran a 3:23:18, I think it was. Anyway, 3:23. And I knew when I got done that it probably wasn't going to be fast enough to get in the next year.
Really?
That's why, believe it or not, a week and a half after I ran Boston, I ran Fredericton.
Yeah.
And I ran a 3:19 in Fredericton, which actually got me in, but if I would have used the Boston time, I wouldn't have got in for that second year.
Wow.
Because after the bombing, there were so many people wanting to run it.
Yeah, the next year.
Really, the numbers actually increased after
Oh, yeah.
They took,
absolutely.
Actually, they took an extra 9,000 runners that year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Boston strong, baby.
Yeah.
Boston strong. They came back with a vengeance.
I basically ran back-to-back weekends in order to qualify again for that year.
That's crazy. That's 2 full marathons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't run 26 miles in my life.
Yeah,
all combined, I don't.
Actually, my next one I run will be my 30th one.
Really? Your next full marathon will be your 30th marathon. 30. And when is that?
Wow, that's amazing. I love it.
I'm looking in May.
May.
Sometime May or June. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. I didn't run a marathon, and that makes almost 50 years in a row.
Getting back to Jill.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things about Jill just running is that she has brought so many other family members into running.
Oh, absolutely.
We got cousins, aunts, and uncles.
It's not going to work with me, but
I will continue to be a spectator.
I've been trying myself.
Randy's trying. That's like, no, that's not going to happen. But yeah, she really has. Like, Dad does it with her, and our Aunt Louise and Linda and Brian and Linda.
It's a family event.
It's gotten, a bunch of them came up. We had a wicked family picture. We're in Boston, so we have to say wicked, right? Mm-hmm. We had a wicked pissa. We had a wicked pissa picture. The Joe McGuire race last year. Rebecca walked, and there was a bunch of walkers, a bunch of runners.
Mom and Dad were in,
and I handed out medals. What did we do? What were we doing?
Well, we were taking ankle bracelets.
Yeah, we were taking ankle bracelets on. It was like our old when we used to work in the prison.
Yeah, way back
when we were prison guards. But no, it was. Matt's right. She's brought a lot of people in, and she probably got her start because of you, right? Did she start running because of you, or with you, or just?
Basically, we started together.
Yeah, and she kind of get into it.
10 years ago now.
But we have to. I mean, we've talked a lot about the marathon, but this kid is jumping on a plane the next day, sitting on a plane for how many hours? 13? 15-hour flight from Boston. After running 26.2 miles on Monday, Tuesday around supper time, dinner time if you're American, I don't get it, but anyway, no, I'm just kidding.
Dinner,
lunch, supper. 15-hour flight to Auckland, New Zealand,
Yeah.
and she will be playing with a team, a women's softball team, with Joy Hansen, who's also from Woodstock, a team from Prince Edward Island, and Emily Bell, one of her best buddies, is going over to enjoy that trip with her, and I think they're staying for like an extra 5 days after the World Masters games are done. So I mean, it's just awesome. Like it's just awesome. The kid's a rock star, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, our sister's a rock star. And the funny thing about Jill is she is just so humble.
Yeah,
like,
she
she's
just
so
likes to fly.
quiet.
She just wants to fly
like
under the
even
radar.
even tonight when I said, you know, I'm going to co-host with Matt and it's going to be a blast, and you know, we need some boxes of Kleenex in case we're, you know, either crying or laughing with tears of joy. And I said, you know, Matt wants to interview, and she's like, I know. He told me. So it's like, you know.
We'll pre-record something.
Yeah. Yeah. It may not be live, but she really, she's so humbled, and having spent a lot more time over the last several years back home in my hometown of Woodstock, Jill is a very, very well-known, very well-loved and respected individual in that town. It's great. Like it's really great to see a lot of. I've never heard anybody, and it's probably a good thing because they get a slap on the mouth. But I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Jill.
No.
Like nothing.
No.
You know, they think she's great at what she does. You know, she works hard at the Air Motor Center for the rec department. She's been with them for a long time, and
she's
we're all very
involved.
proud of her.
She's involved.
She's very involved.
In the
absolutely.
community, right?
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. She makes a lot of things happen. You know, I think her and Kelly work very closely together, and you know, like I said, there's a world of support, not just you know, from friends and family, but a lot of people are behind Jill on this. You know, and they've asked Matthew, and they've asked me, and you know, mom and dad, and whomever they knew was going to be with Jill this weekend to pass along their very best wishes and best of luck for her on this pretty, you know, epic adventure.
Oh, yeah. So if there are people out there who know my sister but don't necessarily have her on your Facebook list, if you want to send her a message, just send it to me.
Yeah.
Send it to me, and I'll pass it along. Or you can throw your comments up here on the
smoke
MattTv.
signal, homing pigeons, you know, SOS, whatever. You know,
every little bit
Morse
of encouragement.
code.
Yeah, every little bit of encouragement is.
Yeah.
But you know, for Jill, you know, she's got the Boston Marathon. She does this World Masters in New Zealand. Then what? You know.
Yeah.
It's,
Bar here.
Yeah. Well, you know,
what's next?
You just set your sights on something else.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when the Olympics were announced years ago. I mean, the Olympics go back to 2010. They made the announcement in like 2002, 2003, just so we had enough time to get everything ready.
Yeah.
So you had 7 years of build-up. Then you had the 2 weeks of the games, and on that Monday, the whole city of Vancouver was just.
Crickets.
What do we do now?
More crickets.
What do we do now? So, but being in the moment, I'm so excited for Jill. I don't think I know Mike said something about going live during the race. I'm the type of individual that when I'm at an event and it's live, I feel that if I'm videotaping it, I take myself out of that moment. So I'm not going to be videotaping anything because I just want to focus on seeing Jill come by. I don't want to see that moment through the lens of a camera. So I'm not going to be videotaping anything, but I will be talking.
Yeah, I don't know about the live thing, but
maybe some video that we can upload later.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
We can,
for sure.
Facebook
Yeah.
Live, that would just eat up so much
Yeah.
data anyway.
I-
But we'll definitely get some video and put it up on
And
Facebook.
it's not that Matt's not nostalgic, because I think that gene we get from mom. Like we're very nostalgic about stuff. I mean, obviously this is something that we're gonna, because I still watch Randy's and get tears. It's an amazing thing. Like I still do when I watch Randy come by and it's slow mo and he's high fiving and he just keeps on going, man. I can't even describe it. Like
Yeah.
I can't describe it. So you can count on me. You know, I've got like hundreds of videos and thousands of pictures on my Facebook. That video of our sister running by is most definitely gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
It's
it
definitely
will
gonna
be.
happen.
It will be captured
Yeah.
on film for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. You have to
Yeah.
preserve moments like
yeah,
that.
that's one for the books. Right
But I'll
there.
be personally, I'll just be focused on just seeing Jill. I mean, I'll have my phone with me, but I just
Well, at least
I can't capture
like
that
at least
one.
my phone won't be teary-eyed.
Yeah.
So the picture will be clear. I'm not so sure about our eyeballs.
There'll be a
but
little wiper cleaning off the screen. Nick says a long bus ride to New Zealand, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom, we
I hope they put flippers on that thing.
Well, we got about 4 minutes left here on tonight's MattTv on Facebook Live, and I want to thank my brother Jeff for sitting in. Jeff will be in here tomorrow night.
I couldn't be happier, man. Like, it's my brother. You know, I have, meeting Matt. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. If you have, that's awesome. Thank you so much for all the likes and loves and comments. You know, Matt and I, this is our third time since 2007 that we're sitting beside each other.
Yeah.
2007, Mike's wedding. 2014 for our grandmother's 90th birthday.
Yeah.
And no, you know what? This is our fourth time.
Last summer.
So this is our fourth time.
Yeah.
This is our fourth time. I
Yeah,
think
big 4 times.
Hey, and 4 is my favorite number. It's magical. But it's great to see Matt. It was I think
I had no idea he was going to be here.
Yeah, it's
and yeah, I'm glad that moment was captured on film because I get teary-eyed every time I see it. I love it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. And we were, just for the record, both of us were a little,
It's a Grant thing.
It's a
We
great
get it from Mom. We get that blah 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 from Dad, and then me from Mom.
It's a wicked contrast.
Yeah. It's like a roller coaster ride.
I just want to, we've got a couple of minutes here. I want to give a shout out to all of my friends and my extended family down in South Florida. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. I miss you guys. My Kamikaze hockey team. You guys are still rocking it down there. Austin, thanks for checking in. I know you're a big fan of Matt, so I always see your name pop up when he goes live. And I know you're sitting somewhere in a bar with Jade Idawu. And so thanks for the picture, man. I appreciate you thinking of me, and I hope to see you guys soon. My buddy Greg, Newland. Haven't seen Greg. Haven't talked to you in a while. My buddy, JJ, Jerome Henry, my Jamaican buddy. He's not on Facebook, but and Tim Cadlick, my buddy Tim and Ann. I miss you guys, and I will definitely see you guys soon. Oh, and my daughter Holly.
Yeah.
If you see my daughter Holly down in Florida, give her a big squeeze for me.
The total package.
Total package. My buddy Blair here in Woodstock.
The total package.
He's doing great, and of course, dude, and just I love you guys. Thanks for all your support on anything I put on Facebook, whether it's my artwork, the new stuff, old stuff, updates. Thanks for keeping tabs and always checking in. I really, really appreciate the love.
And this is, and I just want to reiterate a common theme that I use that is part of my show. MattTV, Facebook Live, when I go Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock Pacific, a little plug for myself. My show is about, it's about positivity. It's about positive energy. It's about shining a light on individuals. Just lifting people up. This is tearing people down. It's useless. That's the only way I can put it.
Yep.
This show it's about having fun.
If you're not lifting somebody up, you're tearing them down.
Exactly. It's about being positive. So if there are any stories out there that you want to share, I know once I get back, when I get back into White Rock, I'm going to start doing phone interviews. Wayne Mason was my first phone interview. I'm set up now where there are people in the White Rock area that when I did Matt Chat.
Yes.
When I was doing Matt Chat, those individuals are still in the area, and if they're not too creeped out about coming into my garage and doing a show, then I'll have them in there as well. But like I said, this show is just about it's about positive energy. It's about sharing good stories and just sharing good laughs. There's enough negativity in the world. If you want negativity, just watch the news. Okay.
Yeah.
And Facebook is just full of all kinds of whatever you want. You can find on Facebook. But if you want something that is just simple and fun, where we're just sharing positive energy, lifting people up, and just having a good time, then I would suggest that you check out MattTV Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock Pacific, 10:30 in Newfoundland.
So what was Randy's official title before we let everybody loose here? Was he our co-host or was he our co-host host?
He co-host times 3. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's the third co-host.
We're just gonna call him Coco.
Coco. There you go.
Enjoy listening.
No,
We're gonna call Coco.
I think Coco would be. You'd have to trademark. That would be copyright infringement for Conan O'Brien because he's Coco.
Really?
Yeah.
We're just gonna call him Randy then.
Yeah.
We're good.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Thanks for all the live
thanks a
views.
lot.
I know it's midnight. It's midnight.
Midnight back home.
It is.
Midnight Atlantic.
It's Easter Sunday. Yeah, it's Easter Sunday.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Back in the Atlantic provinces, it is 7 o'clock Pacific. So big shout out to all the viewers. I have people watching from coast to coast, and I'm so
quite
thrilled.
literally.
Yeah.
And in South
Yeah.
Florida, like
Yeah.
you're triangulating, man.
Yeah,
You're triangulating the
So,
North America.
Yeah, so if you like what you've seen here, tell your friends, share, and we'll just go from there.
And if you're not Matt's friend, send him a friend request.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Boom, you're in.
Ernie, before we go, you had mentioned, I saw your comment earlier where something triggered the smell. Wayne Mason, are you kidding me? You're like an hour late, bud. Come on, man.
Wayne Mason joined. Bye-bye now.
Yeah. Oh, Wayne's here. Bye. But you had said, Ernie, you had said something about something triggered a smell of, you were smelling Ben Gay cream from basketball in high school. I just want to know what triggered that. You can. We're gonna shut down the show. But I know.
Thanks, Wayne. You rock too, buddy.
I just read your comment, so I want to say a big shout out to. I know the faithful viewers that are out there: William, Wayne, and Nick, Sarah, Austin, Nick. I know that half dozen people. I know you tune in every night, regardless of where I am, and I appreciate all the views and all the comments as I was documenting my trip across the USA, and I'll be doing the same thing on the way back. So. I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, with so much positivity flowing here, I'm going to go hug my fiance.
I might go have a swim.
Oh, hug you too. My brother! Mwah!
Yes.
So happy to see this guy, man.
Yeah, man, it was
so happy.
A complete surprise to walk in here. Just because my brother-in-law Dave, he just kind of threw me 2 or 3 curveballs, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know who to believe. Bus talk. Oh, okay. So our bus talk triggered the smell of Ben Gay. Okay, Ernie. All right.
That must have been after like a game or something. Everybody's rubbing the A535 or the Ben Gay or something like that.
A535.
There you go. Bus talk.
Actually, that would have been great to have on the bus.
That could be a new segment on your show. Bus talk.
Bus talk.
Yeah. Hey, started off with.
Where are you going? Urinal.
Oh man! Listen, thanks everybody for well, special thanks to my brother Matt here for allowing me to co-host, and our co-host house back here, Randy, for joining. It's been awesome. We're gonna eat this egg now.
Yeah, Wayne, you were right. You weren't the correct answer. Well, you were. You got it correct, but
he was a little behind our cousin Amanda, who's down the hallway, who's probably watching you eat her egg right now.
The only winner in the product plug is this guy.
Yeah, this guy.
All right, people. We'll be back tomorrow night. What time do you want to do the show tomorrow night? Doesn't have to be this late.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted. Watch for updates.
Somewhere between maybe 8 and 9 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We're all going into the city tomorrow. There's a big an expo tomorrow. That's right. What's going on in the city tomorrow, Randy?
Oh, everything.
Everything. That pretty much sums it up.
We're going to spend the day at the expo.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll be going to the expo tomorrow.
And I think after the race, we're doing the post-marathon in Fenway Park, if there are tickets available. We're going to check on that tomorrow.
Even if we don't get tickets to that, the vibe in the city is just going to be...
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to be in Fenway Park for the post-race party because it's just, it's going to be wild.
Fenway Park
I got to
will
give before we go, I have to give a special shout-out to a couple of my buddies who are both from Boston, Dave Doyle and my buddy Mike Dennis. Love you guys.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, Mike's my boy down in South Florida. Almost forgot. That guy has done so much for me. Really gone to super extent to be a very great friend to me since I've been up here and out of the state. So thanks, Mike.
Isn't this fun?
It's awesome.
I love it.
It's awesome. Jeff TV live tomorrow night.
With co-host Matthew.
I'm just trying to decide whether I'm going to do it before you or after. Yeah,
I think I'd created a monster.
I'm just joking. I'm too bad. I'm going to totally stick to artwork, folks. Don't worry about it. No, not going to happen.
Okay, we're gonna shut her down, but there will be another MattTv live tomorrow night on Facebook. I'm thinking somewhere between 8 and 9.
Yeah, probably a little earlier because we've got to get up and head to a pretty important race on Monday morning.
Yeah. And then everyone, Tuesday's going to be a difficult day.
Yeah, Tuesday's
because everyone
gonna be
is
fun.
You know, I took a 90-hour bus ride across the states to spend 60 hours with my family. I would have taken 2 weeks to get here for 24 hours with my family. It didn't matter. I'm here for Jill, and there's a ton of support here for Jill, and we're all so excited to see Jill run in this marathon. And so if you have the opportunity to watch the race on Monday, from now until then, just send out positive vibes for Jill and for the rest of us that are here, that are going to this event. We know the past, what has happened. We're going to put that vibe out there that everything's going to be A-okay this year. So
and for any of you fine folks that tuned in earlier, and Matt and I were talking about, we have to start saying goodbye when we say hello. This is the perfect
Yeah.
because we've been saying goodbye for like 10 minutes now. So
you know how
that's
many
how we
times
roll.
I most of my great conversations start just as I'm walking out the door. Jen always looks at me and she's like, "Really? You're gonna start the conversation right now?"
Yeah, I've gotten that look before. Dad's gotten that look plenty of times.
Yeah.
So
it's a
we
grand
know
thing.
it is
It's a
definitely a grand thing. But anyway,
Okay.
as my son Kobe would say, see ya.